subscribe for the very latest.
Play it, Daddy.
Core Room, more than a podcast.
Let's get into this second win, where we talk about songs that's old, albums that's old, that might have got some bad press. That might have got some bad press, but we gave it a second chance. And talking about the Fugees, Blended on Reality. Blended on Reality.
Was it really that bad, folks?
I mean,
okay. All right. Before Tino go, listen. We all part of the culture, and now if anybody asks you a question, they start off with like mad weird noise. They just not gonna be great. If somebody hit you with the you already know where it's gonna land. Like this.
Dang.
But go ahead, Tina. My bad. I just wanted.
Listen. I mean, all right. Hold on. Before I wanted to do this because I forgot. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Okay. Now, I've not read this. I just pulled this up. So I just wanted to see if I could find something. All right. So this is something I pulled up from something called Thomas Illmatic. Let me see. All right, so they talk about they basically giving a review on Blended Reality. Let's see. Opens up with distorted voice. Oh yeah. Okay, they're describing what the album is. So this is Blended Reality could have been baked in an oven for another 30 minutes or 3 hours.
Damn.
Because when the Fugees served it to the world, it definitely wasn't ready. There are a few bright moments on the production side, but most of it's mediocre at its best. Wyclef, Praswell, and Lauryn, who's now a strong argument for top 10 MC of all time in my book. Hope he's just talking about Lauryn. They talking about Lauryn, but
he said all three names. He said all three names.
Yeah, he's wild. All three. We're still trying to find the footing on the mic, rendering a large chunk of the album skippable. But thank God for second chances. Without them, we'll have no Malcolm X, no Muhammad Ali, no St. Peter, and no Fugees classic album form of the score.
That's a very interesting assessment. And I can't argue none of it. I can't argue none of it.
So is this how we feel? I think honestly, I really think that this is how, because all right, the production
wasn't bad.
Oh,
dang! Really, Tino? You was going there on the production too?
Yo, all right. I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this.
What's up?
If Salam Remy would have produced this whole album, this would be a classic. Because Salam Remy did the remix to Nappy Heads.
Okay, this makes sense.
The remix at the end was on point. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I know. That's what I know from the Fugees. The remix to Nappy Heads and Vocab.
Yep.
Vocab was tight. That was one of my favorite ones up there. Vocab. I mean, and Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Now I would say
Vocab
Vocab was the first song I think I remember hearing from them.
Yeah. It was different too at the time. I mean, it's just like that guitar playing and them just going doing their thing. It was. I mean, that was one of the ones that stood out to me on that album.
What I don't understand is how anybody who listens to this album co-signed them to do a 9-minute shout out.
Yeah.
The song, it wasn't even a song. It was them shouting out people for 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was.
Hey, they had a lot of people to shout out and thank.
You know, I knew that was a thing back then doing shout outs. I was sitting there like,
Chuck, that's the thing, though, Chuck. This is 94. I don't think they did this anymore. I'll be honest, I don't think in 94 people were shouting people out for that long. Even on, all right, so what album was that they were doing shout outs on? I want to say it was Mobb Deep's album. They gave a couple of shout outs to people, but 9 minutes?
look at this.
And then you want to shout them out on a trash album. I'm sorry. The album is not good.
Well, question, wait a minute. Could it possibly have been to where this album was made and then it sat on the shelf for a little bit before it was released? So it probably was done like earlier than 94?
It's possible.
92?
It's possible because if I am a record executive who has money, I'm contemplating on whether or not I'm putting money towards this. He's like, yo, like, you know, man, I know this hip hop stuff, but this is not good hip hop stuff.
One of the most memorable lines off that album, Milli Vanilli with the kid with the skilly.
Bro,
Milli Vanilli,
there are some bad lyrics, and most of them all came from Praswell.
Yeah. The Wyclef wasn't too far behind. Oh,
He wasn't.
He was a close second. He was on that first, not the first song, but the first introduction. Was it the Naphead? What was one of the first two songs? I said, I don't know what Wyclef was going, but this at first. I'm like, bro, wrap this up. Like,
I really should have wrote down this song that I'm like, yo, why? What are you talking about, Pras?
I should know. I said, as soon as I saw the cover, I said, Pras got these sideburns. This is about to be bad. This is
right. And what's the other? Now, out of all of them, like the Refugees on the mic was decent, but other than that, man, bro. Here's the thing. I knew. I heard this album before, and I knew.
Oh, you did? I didn't.
When I first heard it was bad, but I said,
he tried to listen to it before.
I said, you know what? Let me give it a second chance. Maybe my adult ears, maybe it'll be better. But
okay, so that makes sense. I was listening to it. I said, okay, so I said, give y'all the fourth wall of things. So I said, Tito's like, yeah, let's see what this looks like. I said, okay, bet, I'm thinking that ain't gonna be the score, but it's gonna be somewhere in the ballpark, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going through it. I'm like, damn, what happened in 2 years? Like what? Yo,
that's why I'm saying that maybe this album was made prior to when it was released. It sat on the shelf a little bit, and then they just released it. 2 years later, they come up with the score, so they probably had a chance to mature and get better and come up with something really good.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have came up. See, most of the time, most people who their first album is their best album.
Mm-hmm.
They're
opposite with this one. Opposite with this one. They can't gun it on the second one, for real. And
Wyclef and Pras produced most of this album. But like I said, if Salam Remy would have produced this album, because Salam saved them.
The single with the remix.
Yeah, with that remix. They saved
probably got them some. That's what probably got them in rotation on some radio stations to get their music heard.
Right. And the thing about it is that if you're a record, see, if I'm a record producer, if I'm a person who owns a record label, and I hear the people who are not experienced when it comes to production, I'm going to pair them with somebody who is experienced. That's what you should do. Because, come on, man. But they don't. These people don't know better. But they did do a good job of giving them a second chance. Or maybe they had a 2-album deal. They probably said, you know what? Let me just let them complete.
That's probably what happened. Yeah, because if they had it to where, okay, you do this album and then we'll see how it goes after that. I couldn't see them getting a green light to do another album after this.
Right.
Yeah.
And they paid off.
That's the thing. Like when you read that excerpt of the assessment of the album, when the dude said it should have been baked longer, 30 minutes or 3 hours. That is the epitome, because it felt like when you was hearing it, you could hear bits and pieces of like
the score.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, I can see how they got to the score, right. But it was just all over the place, and I was like, bro, what is going on right now? And that, I think the Nappy Heads remix, I think they probably listened to it like, that's the secret sauce. Right. That's what we got to take and just and just bridge to the next album with. Just like, all right. But yeah, that was tough. That was a tough listen. I was like,
yeah, because if you move on to this, first of all, this should. I know why they call this the score. The second one is score because they did not score. It's like this one should have been called the not like fourth and 25.
You stupid. The Hail Mary.
Right. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy. But I think that when you move on to the score, they have a lot more help. Because now Lauryn is producing on this album. She does most of it. Jerry Wonder, which I think that this guy DJ Boy Wonder is, I think because he's on.
That's what I wonder. Yeah, I heard the shout out.
So
you think it's who?
I think it's Jerry Wonder. Jerry Wonder is the one that he helped production on there. But Lauryn, because Pras didn't do a lot of production on this album. On the score. He did production on the Blunt and Reality, him and Pras. But Lauryn, Jerry Wonder, and then they went and got Diamond D to help out too. Diamond D did a couple of remixes on there. Then I'm sure you got Red Alert in the mix, because he does the interlude. So I think they went out, because I'm sure they probably was like, yo, this is the last. This might be the last one right here.
But I best foot forward here.
Which oddly enough, that was the album that launched the Fugees to who we know them to be today, and that was like the last album they've ever recorded, and we know them because of the score, and they have written off. They rode off the success of that to this day.
Well, Lauryn, they rode in the coattails of Lauryn. Well,
Lauryn propelled it.
Hold on. I don't know if we can really say that though, because Wyclef had a good run with the Carnival.
He did, but everything, even the score catapulted them to wherever they go, and I think Wyclef had a decent run with Carnival, but everybody was looking at Lauryn because Lauryn just.
Even Pras had Staying Alive. He had the
Pras had that Ghetto Superstar
Ghetto Superstar, and he had that joint that's Staying Alive joint that he did with
I thought that was Wyclef. That was Wyclef on Carnival.
Hold on. Oh, it is.
And then Tino. Wyclef came back with someone call 911.
That song is the worst song ever.
Damn.
Like that's in my like top 20 worst songs
Call
of all time.
911.
Mary J saved that song to the max. She
She
did.
shouldn't even did that song. She shouldn't have did it. She shouldn't have did it. It was
Man,
bad.
hey, if that's the type of love that the old folks talking about, man, they in trouble. They're really bad trouble.
That song was bad. So what we grading this album? What we giving this album?
We doing the A through F scale. What we doing
in 2024? We doing traditional A, B, C, D, E.
We can't do the gladiator. Can't do like
No,
this.
ABC.
We can't do like this and go up and down.
F. No, A, B, C, D, F.
We can't do the gladiator.
No.
Hey, Tino. Hey,
What we doing?
go
2020.
ahead, Chuck. What you give it?
Nah, Trent, don't. Nah, you go first, dog. You hit me with the go.
I'm gonna give it. Hey,
Yeah,
it's an F, man. I'm sorry, because I was trying to say if it was like, if I could just, there's something I could actually like take from the album, but I will give it this. There was some moments that Lauryn did do her thing. I could see where she was stepping into her own, like her verse on the Temple. She was the first one to go on the song the Temple, and I mean that was a decent verse. She was the first one on the Temple, and she did a decent job. I mean, she wasn't too bad compared to Pras and Wyclef. So honestly, I would give that from her delivery on those tracks, because she stood out better than them. I would give it like a notch of like it's a D-. There you go. D-.
Damn. I guess it's an improvement.
Yeah. That was gonna be the grade I was gonna give it. And the only reason I gave it a D- because Naphead's remix saved it. That's if you want that remix,
the horns in there.
Yeah. If you want for that remix, this album would have been a definite L for sure.
Yeah, I'll give it a D- too. I give it a D-. I mean, like you said, between Lauryn's verses, which were decent, you know what I mean, and then that Naphead's remix is really, that was a really, really like one of those songs I really used to play a lot.
Yeah.
I used to play that a lot.
Man, they can't take nothing away from that verse though. That verse with the Milli Vanilli with the kid with the skilly. I'm telling you.
Horrible.
Yo, that Lauryn Hill was on that. She was on that 3 Stacks plan from first to second album. We like, God damn.
Yeah.
Because 3 Stacks was nice on that Southern playlist. He was nice. When he got to ATL, and you like,
yeah, two different ones. But then he jumped another level with that.
Oh yeah, he was like, he was out here.
Yeah, he could tell he was real confident about like what he, like, he was real intentional about how he was going to do his deliveries and all of that. Like he was
particularly on the song titled Aquemini, how he killed that.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he was spitting on that one. At the end, that last verse, he was cooking. I was like, yo.
But Lauryn's bar level went up extremely. But she, like I said, but he's from Jersey. They bred differently out there, man. They do something. I don't know, man. Jersey is different.
Yeah, Jersey is an interesting place.
Yeah, man. They different.
Yeah.
There you have it. Y'all in the comments, I can say, hey, go listen to the album. Don't take our word for it.
Yeah, go try that.
Go listen. You tell me if
Hey,
tell me if I'm wrong or not. Tell me if we're wrong.
What did Charlie Murphy say? Challenge him.
Right. Challenge him. I did. Challenge him.
I guarantee none of y'all gonna make through that album clean. This is gonna be.
Ain't no TikTok
first
five.
five.
Ain't no TikTok.
You get to that first five, you gonna be like, ain't no. But you can make through that clean at all. You go right, well.
Deeper than rap, graffiti, break dancing, DJ and B-boy stance, MCing. I harness those artifacts, collecting data of the transitions like an almanac. Hip-hop ain't dead, these young boys different, adapting. Over time, every day the world's spinning. Let's celebrate the fact we still winning, we global. Kids from the project became moguls. Real to real track boards to Pro Tools, vinyls, cassettes, and the tape decks, CDs. Now you can stream your music to the consumer direct and get most of the check. I'm noble, and with that, I gotta respect that you ain't gotta accept that you can ride and get left, yo. Bars beyond ground level.